And yes, we are ready to make peace with the Arab countries. First, we have to define what is peace. I've said on many occasions, I stayed for 5 years in the United States as the Israeli ambassador. On the Golan Heights, considerable territorial concessions in Sinai, and as you know, this government has said that in the process of negotiation eastward with Jordan, if peace agreement will require territorial concessions, will go to elections, which means indirectly that the question of territorial concessions, even in Judea and Samaria, is feasible. We are ready, as we were ready, on this basis, first, that the purpose of the exercise will be a real peace. That for that we are ready to pay in territorial concessions to make this peace. And the third question, does Israel have a solution to the Palestinian problem? I don't believe that the Palestinian issue is the heart of the Arab-Israeli conflict. I don't believe that tackling it is the key to the solution of the Arab-Israeli conflict. But it's one of the problems that has to be settled, has to be solved, if a durable peace between the Arab countries and Israel will be achieved. I believe that in a context of negotiations with Jordan, and if they want to attach to them certain Palestinian representation of the people who live in the areas, no problem on our part. This issue can be solved linked to the West Bank or Jordan or whatever you call it, of a third state between Jordan and Israel, because it bounds to be controlled by the terrorist organization and will not solve anything of the Palestinian issue. It will be a source of the continuation of the war with great security risks to Israel. To adjust themselves towards peace. To say, well, we can't destroy Israel now, let's postpone it for the coming generations. But in the meantime, let's live in peace. You know, by saying so, I say very little. But I believe this might be the real beginning of peace. And I think since Egypt decided to embark on this road, without guessing what is in the heart of President Sadat and other Egyptian leaders, I think it gave certain hope that such a process might start. And the extremists in the Arab world, Syria, the so-called PLO, feared that it might serve as a beginning. And what they have tried since then is to undermine the interim agreement between Egypt and Israel, and especially the trends, change of attitudes that might start as a result of it. And they have brought the issue to the Security Council. Their intention is not peace. Their intention is to block even the slightest hope that we have started something that might lead towards peace. And they are backed by the Soviet Union. And they are using the Palestinian issue not for the sake of the solution of the Palestinian issue, but as an instrument to stop a slight beginning of the process. And this Security Council and the firm stand by the free world and by the United States might decide what will be, not in 2 years from now, but in the coming months. And it's a real test to everyone that puts the cause of peace, that wants negotiations for the advancement of peace to be continued, to stand firm. Appeasement leads nowhere, and giving in to blackmail always has encouraged the aggressors and the extremists. I believe that we have never experienced an all-out offensive to various degrees, but by the whole Arab world. 100 million Arabs in control of sources of wealth, unlimited support by the Soviet Union and some other countries that have mobilized against Israel. I wish that all of us will have the wisdom, the courage, and determination to do what can be done, what should be done, and if it will be done, will come up successfully. Thank you very much.